It's May 9th, 2015, and this is your Fortean Slip news. You! Wah! Ah! Oh, okay, I'm done.
From the standarddaily.com. The first humans to stretch to Mars. NASA roadmaps to Mars reach general agreement.
Mr. Fantastic's going to go to Mars?
Is that something I wouldn't get?
Yeah. Just okay. Continue.
Movie reference or something. Despite several criticisms and doubts, Charles Bolden, the space agency chief, said that a general agreement is reached upon the mission and NASA's plan to send humans to Mars. The plan is clear. The plan is affordable. And this plan is sustainable, Bolden said Tuesday, May 5th at the Humans to Mars Summit in Washington. They actually had a summit. Pretty cool. NASA astronaut and Russian cosmonauts experimented in investigating the impact a human could have in long-duration spaceflight. The experiment took 1 year to complete. Bolden quoted that NASA is preparing to set humans to the locality of Mars by the year 2030. That's in our lifetime, Chris, assuming we live till 2030, that is.
You might make it that long, Steve.
It's only 15 years.
I don't have much hope for the future.
Yeah. A spacecraft called Orion is being built for this purpose alongside with a rocket named Space Launch System. The spacecrafts and rockets are built to take astronauts beyond the Earth orbit, and it will be the first time humans will travel beyond Earth orbit since the Apollo missions in the late 60s. A test flight had been launched last December by Orion SLS, and it was programmed to fly in 2008 for the first time. Detractors have claimed that the current project is used to distract people getting to Mars. Bolden rejected that claim and said it is actually a step forward towards the red planet. A 3-day summit was whoever wrote this story, and I mentioned this before we did the news, their English is not their first language. It's horrible. A 3-day summit was recoiled and is considering the option of sending humans to Mars. Dennis Tito Hu in 2001 was the first to fly. Tito Hu, Tito Hu, in 2001 was I think that was Michael Jackson's brother, wasn't it?
Maybe.
It was like a mix between the Jackson 5 and the Who. That would be amazing. He is running a project aiming to launch 2 people to Mars.
No. You're not allowed to just walk past that fucking bomb. Jesus Christ. Why don't you just bring the whole show down? It was a mix between the Jackson 5 and the Who.
Tito Who.
Fuck you.
Another nonprofit organization, Mars One, is aiming to begin a colony on the red planet with its first colonizers within 2027. Mars One is a Netherlands-based organization. Hollywood is even planning to make a movie.
Of course they are.
In November. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? To continue this mission, NASA needs to update its Mars design reference architecture to redirect the technology in hand. NASA has been busy exploring Mars through numerous robotic missions, which include the Curiosity rover. NASA associate Edmund Crunsfield said that the success rate for these robotic missions will certainly differ compared to a mission conducted by humans themselves. The Humans to Mars Summit began on Tuesday and ended on Thursday.
Use your words, Steve. What have I told you?
Yeah, I know. The summit was actually able to be watched live on space.com, and there may be an archive for that if you want to check that out.
Awesome.
I'm going to save that one for last. I'll do the Bigfoot story next. I love the Mona Lisa one. We're going to do the Bigfoot one next. News-leader.com. Do you believe in Sasquatch? A Sasquatch replica draws the curious. And I missed something here, but something's wrong
What
with
the
this.
fuck?
A lifelike replica, here it is. A lifelike replica of Sasquatch was created by taxidermist Ken Walker from Alberta Beach, Canada. And the story is like truncated.
Today. That's exactly how Walter Cronkite did the news.
Some days I ought to read these stories before. You sent me half a story, Chris.
I sent you half a story.
You sent me half a story. But I can kind of, ad lib. There's this guy in Canada, and he made this Bigfoot taxidermy thing. His name was Ken Walker. I'll just start here. He sculpted the beast's body out of hard foam and used skin along and long reddish fur from a Scottish Highland cow to capture what real Sasquatch would look like. Walker said he knows Sasquatch and Bigfoot creatures are controversial to many, but the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History taxidermy expert said he would never gamble his reputation with false claims about these mysterious creatures. He would, however, hang out with Todd Standing. Oh, I added that. He set out to craft a lifelike Sasquatch after getting many requests from people who knew the exacting details he puts into his taxidermy work. Along with the creature he witnessed, Walker said he studied the famous 1967 Patterson film that purports to show a Sasquatch walking away from the cameraman along a creek near Orleans, California. I think it's along a creek near Bluff Creek, I think, but whatever. Various analysts have concluded the film was a clever hoax, including the man who claimed he was the one inside the ape suit. Real or not, Walker drew from the film to sculpt a female Sasquatch. Believe it or not, there is enough data in that film and reference to get something that was probably very close to what was filmed, he said. I don't want to make something unless I can do it accurately. The piece certainly drew a lot of interest at the Expo Center in Springfield. I think it was in Florida or Illinois. There's a Springfield in every state. Did you know that, Chris?
No, I didn't, Steve.
I used to live in Springfield, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
East Springfield.
That is amazingly pertinent to the story.
It is, because it's in Springfield. I lived in East Springfield, which is east of, West Springfield. It is so lifelike of the depictions that have, you've told me many times not to even try, and I still do.
I have.
It is so lifelike of the depictions that have come out and been seen, said Kathy Vanderpool of Helena, Florida. I know the man that made this. I've heard the stories and seen some of the evidence, and am convinced that he's pretty spot on with this. Another passerby offered her view of his work. It would scare the dickens out of me if it was real. If I knew I might run into him in the woods, she said. Had she ever seen a Sasquatch? Well, no, I haven't, she quipped. I'd probably invite him in for tea if I did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'd do with Sasquatch.
Invite him in for tea. And I got one more chance to get the news right this morning, so here we go. Express.co.uk. Conspiracy, and I still screw
What the fuck?
Conspiracy theorists claim to have cracked Da Vinci Code and linked Mona Lisa to aliens.
I'm into conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
Steve.
I am too. It's the Latin, conspirious.
Ah.
Or is that, yeah. A paranormal website claims to have cracked the Da Vinci Code and found an alien high priest hidden in the Mona Lisa. A new video by the Paranormal Crucible website claims the higher being was hidden in the famous painting by the artist in a sort of extraterrestrial Turin shroud type thing. The bizarre video is narrated by a computer-generated voice and says, many theologians believe that Leonardo da Vinci deliberately concealed secret codes and subliminal messages in most of his work. If this is true, then it's reasonable to assume that the Mona Lisa was in fact painted in order to conceal important historical and religious facts, possibly regarding the extraterrestrial presence and its superstitious involvement within the Roman Catholic Church. It goes on to describe how you can make out the being's facial features, headdress, cloak, and even its hands. However, the narration offers no real explanation as to why it would have been hidden within the painting. That was my redneck coming in, painting. It even goes on to admit that it had to manipulate colors and treasured artwork on the computer for it to be visible to the naked eye. Viewers were not all convinced by the mini documentary, with one posting to YouTube, Alien High Priest, what religion would be an alien? But Scott Waring, good old Scott Waring again, an alien conspiracy theorist who runs the UFO Sighting Daily website, suggested it was obvious because the famous painter was in fact, here it is, Chris, an alien himself, but he kept it secret. Leonardo da Vinci was an alien, according to Scott Waring.
I don't buy it.
He posted that the likelihood of Leonardo da Vinci being an alien or half-breed alien is very high. He shows all the signs. He had a very high intellectual ability, extraordinary creative range, and used them to accomplish quite a bit. Leonardo is somebody who is able to operate across all these various fields, which is very unusual. Geniuses rarely are great in all areas like Leonardo. He was known for hiding secret messages and codes in his artwork. So this new discovery gives us the key we have been missing about his extraordinary abilities, and they came, who they came from, or were those of aliens. Anyway, Scott Waring says that Leonardo da Vinci is in fact...
Da Vinci? What?
And I'm not good at reading things. It's not the first time it's
not good at reading things. I read the news, but I'm not good at reading things.
No, it's not the first
if
time.
everybody would like the abridged version of today's news, it's
It's a good thing you put links to the stories in the
because no one's gonna understand a fucking thing today.
It's not the first time it has been suggested that there are hidden codes and images in this painting. In 2010, art historians said they discovered tiny numbers and letters painted into the eyes of the artist's enigmatic Mona Lisa painting that could have been a code. And that is that story, Chris. So we've learned today that Leonardo da Vinci is in fact a hybrid alien. I can't read the news. There's a Bigfoot taxidermy statue, and I can't even remember the first. Oh, Mars. We did Mars. People are going to Mars.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That's what we learned.